My name is Jeffrey Sarmiento, and this is my solo exhibition, Consturctions, based on the notion of two ideas of the word construction, and they have to do with building things from glass, or in fact making glass buildings, and also about cultural constructions, or the idea of the building or inventing or creating your cultural identity, or how it develops. If you are an observer, that some of the glass is like an absurd proportions in a certain way. So I've tried to make, looking from the left going to the right, I've tried to make the longest piece you can make in a gallery. I've tried to make the tallest piece you can make in this gallery. I've tried to make the heaviest one. Well, the longest piece is actually longer than any one of the gallery walls. It's called, well, it's based on a rope factory that I saw in Bergen, Norway. And it also does relate to a little bit of the maritime history of the Northeast. There are in fact still remnants of roperies here in the area. But the ones that I saw in Bergen were sitting along a stretch of highway, and I couldn't believe how long one of these buildings could be. It just seemed to go on forever. And so the forever notion is what I took forward to making this piece. The tallest piece I could make is a direct response to the gallery, and it's called Beautiful Flaws. The theme of the piece, I think, is about sort of like seeking beauty in imperfection. This piece here in Flaws is 100 sheets of glass, which pretty much almost all of them have something wrong with them. And that usually consists of a kind of a stone in the glass. Developing the piece for the show, I was thinking about Bachelor's Poetics of Space, where it considers looking through the universe, seeing the universe through a cyst in the glass. I was really compelled by this one idea, and so I used the stones and the imperfections in the glass, which they shimmer when you look through them and look around them. They sort of distort your vision. I've used that as the center of a print. You should be able to kind of walk around the piece and sort of look through and see the universe distorted, or see your world distorted, see your vision distorted through through each window. On the back wall of the gallery are three pieces, which are these building facades. They're sort of beautiful renderings, or beautiful renditions of the facades of really boring places or boring buildings. So coming back, I've made a couple of buildings that are sort of modernist structures in Norway. There's like a city hall and a police building. And then the last building that's in this show, which is a facade, is actually of a building in Newcastle, which I think is the BT building, I'm pretty sure. In any case, it's they're meant to be sort of very pretty, sort of beautiful versions of these sort of really boring places or boring buildings. There's a piece called Slither, which is an image of a giant snake. And the giant snake is, it's actually just a common grass snake, so it's totally harmless. But it's been rendered in a very large format, or relatively large for glass anyway. So what I've done is I've taken the image, stretched 3 times its size, which is then something like 3 meters, screen printed all of those images in 4 colors, and then cut them into little strips and put them back together. So the reconstructed image has the image on the edge, which then actually allows the snake to sort of slither across the wall, and Slither is the title. So as you walk into the gallery, you look at it, you can see a full resolution sort of image of a snake, and it should kind of almost disappear as you walk toward it, and then walk away from it, it should reappear. The very front is a series called Encyclopedia, which is one that I have been working on since I arrived in Northeast England. And it's the first body of work that I worked on when I was here, and it's also some of the new developments from that. And really, it's based on the notion of looking at every page in a sketchbook at the same time. The sketchbook maybe is like recording your life, so maybe these are a little bit of recording of my life. Maybe there are images that I like, maybe they are patterns that I've been drawing, there are images of people that I know or places I visited, and those are all kind of put together, either kind of at random, but or sort of creating sort of mini narratives. So there are sort of 3 versions of that in this show. One is a large, or a large sort of monolithic piece, which has got 150 images packed into a 70-kilo object. Then there's the encyclopedia volumes, which are kind of smaller, sort of mini versions of them with about 8 images sort of sitting one on top of the other, and they're highly polished, so you can actually see every layer. And finally, there's a new set of them, which is a wall-based solution for them, which is called Chapters, and they spell out sort of the mini narratives in about 4 sort of sort of images.
The heaviest piece in the show is called Race/March. It incorporates a couple of ideas that I have about like a cultural route, as in where you come from, and a cultural route or route to where you're going to. There is about 180 kilos total of glass that is in this object, and it's made out of 2 screen printed images, which have then been cut into dozens of pieces to fill this sort of corrugated shape of a mold, to fill in the space to create like a solid mass of glass. There's nearly 1,000 little pieces of glass that have been cut into tiny chevrons, which fill in the space to make the object solid.